Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. But first, let's take care of our weather. We're looking at a high today of 85 and a low of 66 and a water temperature 72.3. Real steady there. Take a look at our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it outside and do. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown at a 9.9. It's getting in good shape, getting good and steady. Got a slow drop to it. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville are even 4 foot. Now both rivers look like they're going to be in really good shape for this weekend. If you're getting out on the rivers, it's going to be a good time to do that. A tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at we talked about tides a lot yesterday, and we got a situation where today is the 13th, and we're looking at, today is the 13th. I'm going to get my dates mixed up. We got a good tide today, folks, strong tide today and tomorrow. So if you get a chance to fish in the bay system, you certainly want to take advantage of it. The actual times are, let's see, low tide is at 12:38 this morning. It's coming in all day until about 1:42 after lunch. It's going to start falling out. So you can pick your choice of whichever one you want to fish. Now our fishing game time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 6:11 to 8:11 this morning. And this afternoon, 6:36 to 8:36, and that's going to be a good time. It's going to be getting around dark then, but this afternoon, I may go then. That's a good time to go. All right, we're going to take our break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. I want to mention, start off with, some of y'all know about it in outdoor media here in the Panhandle. We lost another one of our members. Ron Jones passed away last week. Ron had a great show on Saturday mornings. He had a lot of experience doing outdoor work. He went way back to Red Holland days, and he had his own show, and a lot of folks watched it, and our condolences and sympathies to the Ron Jones family. And later on, we're going to try to get some stuff together and just do a tribute to Ron Jones. That's the second one we've lost within a month. We lost Jim Wilson not too long ago. So, and the outdoor media community is not very big, and it's a group of us that we just all have a love and passion for the outdoors and have this deep down desire to share it with you. So when we lose people like that, they're stalwarts in our outdoor media community. So I want to pass that on to you in case you didn't know that, and we'll be talking about it some later on too. I do want to tell you, I did call the state park. There's some good news. I called the state park Monday morning right at 8 o'clock to find out what was going on with the boat ramps. I called St. Andrew and St. Joe. I mean, they were just opening up, and I think they got a kick out of me calling. We'll start at St. Andrew State Park. Yes, sir. The boat ramp is open, and you can come on into the boat ramp at St. Andrew State Park. I knew the parks were going to be open thanks to the governor, but I was not sure about the boat ramp. So then I called St. Joe, the St. Joseph State Park right there in the peninsula, and she said, yes, sir, we are open, but keep in mind now we have a limit of 8 boat trailers in the parking lot. And you understand what's going on? I understood it because all the construction, they're doing road construction there. They're trying to get out there to the campground and, still building it back. It's just going to take a while, but I got some heavy machinery. They have room for only 8 boat trailers. So she said, and I will tell you the same thing. If you want to use that ramp, you better get there early and get in line, probably before it opens on weekends for sure. But the good news is that it is open. And speaking of the St. Joe State Park, we were down there over the weekend, and I got to talk to my neighbor. My neighbor, he and his wife are from Michigan, and they just come down and stay at the Cape for the wintertime. And he's a big outdoorsman. A lot of those Michigan folks are outdoors people. And we were talking there at the fence, and he was saying that he couldn't wait to get back to Michigan. He loves to rabbit hunt with beagles, and he fishes almost every day up there. And he's got a group of buddies, but he said there were some really upset folks up there. His buddies are mad, spitting. He said they were spitting nails mad. And I said, well, what happened? Of course, I'd seen it on the news. He said there were like 200 guys out there fishing just about 2 or 3 weeks ago in Lake Erie, and the game wardens came out there and wrote them tickets and arrested them for fishing on the lake. And he said they were so mad that, generation after generation fished there, and they were all separated and everything, and they were mad. And we were talking. I said, we're in a sad state of affairs when we releasing prisoners, okay, and then we were arresting fishermen. Something out of whack right there if you stop and think about that. So be aware of that. I got a couple of pictures I want to show you. And I saw news the other day, the prisoners are actually trying to get to COVID-19 so they can get released early. Did y'all see that? Anyway, let's look at some fun pictures. This first one, my gal's going to be really mad at me for showing this picture. She hates to be on TV, hates to be in the spotlight. She's one of these behind the scenes that does 150% behind the scene. But I just every now and then, I took my bicycle to the shop and I took her bicycle to Steve's bike shop to be tuned up because they just needed a tune up. So she's trying it out, and I just snapped a picture of her riding this bicycle in the driveway. And we both like to ride. She's going to be mad at me, but I just love my wife, and I want to share a picture with all of y'all. And she's a great person. Okay, let's move on to some outdoor stuff. Ray Neighbors talking about freshwater brim. We're going to talk about this Friday on the fishing report. Look at this catch of brim. Ray Neighbors sent. Look at these brim. And he said, hey, Coach, I had a chance to go fishing a couple of times again with my uncle. We got on them pretty good. Thanks, Coach. We both enjoy your show. And look at those. Don't they look good? Man. All right. Summer 2020 update. The Biofeeder Center, they have a lot of camps and all in the summertime. They regretfully informed us that they have canceled all of their outdoor camps for this summer. And so I just want to spread that on to you. They have some really good outdoor camps. This is a good email. I want to share this with you. This is from Rob Holbrook. Good afternoon, Mr. Chester. I'm going to read it. Look at this picture. Look at that tray of look at that food right there. I spoke with you on the phone a couple of years ago and wanted to reach out and say hello again. I live in Daphne, Alabama, but enjoy watching your shows on YouTube. We enjoyed seeing your Mother's Day episode last week with a video making hush puppies. We were very fortunate to have my mom over from Florida yesterday and made hush puppies like yours. Well, almost. Look forward to more shows and hope you are able to enjoy this wonderful weather we're having. Look at that tray of food. Does that look good? I think I could eat that for breakfast. That's Rob Holbrook. Thank you for watching on YouTube, Rob, over there in Daphne. Okay. Tarpon Dock Seafood, starting this weekend, starting this Sunday. We'll be opening on Sundays from 12 to 5. So keep that in mind. Tarpon Dock is now opening on Sunday afternoon. What a great idea. You can watch your church service there on the TV and then run there and get some fresh food and come back to the house and take care of it. Now listen, we're getting into Safe Boating Week, and we're going to talk about this later. Let's go ahead and let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to show you video, but first I want to show you one more picture. This is my cousin over in Navarre. They sent this picture of this shark that had been caught, and they pulled it back out there, but that was a catch and release shark, and they're trying to get it back out there, but that's a good sized shark for all you folks over there in Navarre. And don't worry about Navarre, we got them here too. We've got plenty of sharks around. They're not being caught as much as they used to because a lot of them are more protected now and not that much shark fishing going on. So on Friday's fishing forecast, we're going to talk about some of that, some of these places you can go and catch all kind of different fish and all. But let's get, I got a great email the other day from one of the viewers about wanting to do how to do things and all, and we're going to get into how to. A lot of times I try to get the level of my viewers as far as experience, and I try to get the whole and try to just throw a cast net and get all of y'all from the ranked beginner to the experienced veteran, and it's sort of I try to hit a happy medium there when I'm trying to show you things and all. So keep in mind that bear with us on that. But with the state park being open down in St. Joe, let's concentrate on that now. That St. Joe area, you can still go in there and park and go to the beach. You can do beach fishing and that kind of stuff. But that Eagle Harbor, we've shown it over and over again on the Friday fishing report, Eagle Harbor. It's a great place. Now, we're going to, it's changed now since the hurricane. The sand has sort of washed in and knocked out some, filled in some holes. But there's still some excellent fishing right there in Eagle Harbor and then right outside of Eagle Harbor. And now you can put your boat in, But I forgot to ask you, girl, if you have a canoe or kayak and don't have a trailer, say you got it in the back of your truck, and you can launch right there on the beach and just paddle out there and fish in Eagle Harbor. That's the first thing I thought of after I hung up. So I don't see any problem with that. And like I say, limited parking, but you can get there with a kayak and get out there. So anyway, this is what this video's on. I went to one of my friends, he lives across the road from me. He actually lives on the beach, and his house survived that Category 5 hurricane. He rebuilt it, Dr. John Wolfington. He's from Palatka. He drives over, and we fish some together. And also, this is a little fishing trip Dr. Talkington and I had. So let's go ahead. Dr. Wolfington. We have Talkington in Panama City, and it's Wolfington down there. So let's roll this video, Jeff. All right, folks, getting ready to go fishing the Heritage Cape. I'm going fishing with my neighbor over here, Dr. John Wolfington. And good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're originally from
Palatka.
Been a doctor in Palatka for a long time.
Correct.
And we've been talking about going fishing now for a couple of years. But we finally narrowed it down.
Right.
What's our game plan? What we're going to try to do?
We're going to catch 5 o'clock redfish over in Eagle Harbor in St. Joe Bay.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so let's go. Let's go give it a try. All right. Now, John, what about the name Bawana?
One?
Well, how do we get a name for the boat?
Well, my brother-in-law gave me that name because he's a city slicker and I'm a redneck, and I taught him a little bit about how to fish, so he thought I was sort of like Tarzan. That's where Buana comes from. You watched Tarzan when you were a kid.
All right. Get down here at Eagle Harbor. It looks beautiful out there. All right, Dr. John, we've been here, what, 5 minutes? 5 minutes. He's bringing one in.
Redfish.
Nice little redfish.
Little redfish. That's okay.
That's starting off there.
There you go.
Good job.
All right.
Pretty red. Right here in Eagle Harbor.
Let go of my hook. Thank you. There he is.
Good job.
Go back to your mama.
There you go. Folks, look at my first fish. That's not fair. You get a redfish, and look what I get, Doc.
Well, we can't keep either one.
No, I don't want to keep this one, but he put on a show now. He did some good tail walking. All right, John.
Get your head up.
What?
Another little redfish. We don't want little redfish.
We're catching some nice little redfish.
We want big redfish.
All right.
A shark or a red.
Here it comes.
I didn't know. Is that that's a redfish.
That is it, folks. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it.
That is a big redfish.
There's a huge redfish out there. Now I got this.
That's the same one that was swimming around, isn't it?
This one right here.
Where'd he go?
He went over that way. There's a huge redfish right over there. I don't know if I rigged. We're not rigged. He'd just keep going if we caught him. What you got there, Doc?
No, we're not showing.
You want us to edit that one? All right, folks, got another red here. Another little one, but a pretty one. Okay. I'm turning my nice. And we get them out. The doctor, now, do you have surgeon's hands?
I do.
What kind of doctor were you?
Pelvic reconstruction.
Pelvic reconstruction. But are you now retired, or are you still?
Oh, I've been retired. I'm too old to be doing that.
Have you ever treated anybody falling out of a tree stand?
No.
Got another one.
Yeah, he's short. Jump.
Pretty trout. I don't know.
He might measure.
He might measure.
It's a little bigger than that.
Ah, you doing good, Doc. John, what do you think I got on, buddy?
You got a nice redfish there, man.
Well, he's out there, folks. We've had him hooked about a good 5 minutes. You can see him out there, right to the right of the sun rays. I'm just trying to get a nice redfish. We may or may not get him, but he's been on. He's giving us a good fight.
Yeah, he's coming around now where you'll be able to see him.
I'm gonna have to put the camera down real low. Okay, folks, we'll talk about a variety of fish. I want you to look like the doctor just pulled in. Look at that little grouper. And that's what, look at that, he just had them hooked in it. Beautiful.
So what kind of grouper is that?
That would be a black grouper. And they're growing up, and they'll start here in the bay and work their way on out deeper water.
We catch a lot of them a little smaller than that.
Yeah.
He'd be a nice little fillet.
Go ahead now.
Winston finally got a fish in the boat.
I've got a couple of them. Look
let
at this.
3 or 4 go.
Check this out, folks. Look at this mackerel. That is a nice mackerel right there. It's amazing. Look at those teeth.
He's as long as my arm. Look at that.
Goodness gracious. And we fought him a while now. It's amazing those teeth didn't cut that. And that's a short shank hook.
He will bite you.
He will bite you. Yes, he will.
He ain't gonna bite me.
Folks, it's amazing the variety of fish, John, that we've caught out of here. That is one spot.
Open up, dude.
Now, just like you operating on those hip replacements and all.
Yeah.
Oh, got him out. Hold him up there.
Nice fish.
All right, I'm proud of that one. I got to get a helmet cam. I couldn't film. I was scared to film while I was catching them because they did a while ago. We lost that big redfish. All right. Yes, it is. John, can you remember, can we rehash about how many different fish we have caught, different varieties? What all have we caught now?
We caught ladyfish, we caught 2 groupers, we caught
Trout.
Speckled trout, we caught a big Spanish mackerel, we caught 3 or 4 small redfish, and Winston had 2 really nice big redfish break off.
Yes.
Because he had his drag set too tight.
We've had a great afternoon, but I sure have enjoyed this trip.
Doesn't get any better than this.
It is beautiful out here. All right, folks, Panhandle Outdoors. Dr. John Wolfenden, I'm Winston Chester, wrapping up our fishing trip. We'll see you next time. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. That's not hard to do. Just catch them at the right time. Get a fishing game forecast, or go ahead and do it in that period of time. But anyway, fishing has been really good this past weekend, and the middle of the week's been good. And we're going to talk about it on the Friday fishing report. But right now, we're going to add some names to our pickle jar. Okay, and then you know what we're going to do? We're going to draw for a $20 gift certificate to Los Antojitos restaurant. They have now opened back up. They have outside dining, or you can just, all the restaurants are still doing carry out, and we've really enjoyed some of these carry out meals. It's really enjoyable. I passed Simply Seafood the other day. I got a kick. I almost turned around and took a picture of it. They had a good crowd there, and this couple were in the pickup truck, and they had a tailgate down. They had 2 chairs. They were eating in the parking lot off the tailgate. Now, if that's not Panhandle Outdoors, I don't know what is. I almost turned around and took a picture of them. I said, they were eating some of that shrimp right there on the tailgate in the parking lot at Simply Seafood. All right, here's a name, Brad, from Alpha, the James family. They're good folks up there. Carrie James, you're in there, and Keela James from Alpha, and Andy James, all the folks up there in Alpha. So with that being said, we're going to get back to our drawing. I don't understand. Y'all get a kick out of these drawings. I do too. Let's put them back in there. Okay, now this is a $20 gift certificate. And listen, here's what we're going to have to do now. Fox 28 Studios is still closed as far as people coming in and out. So when you win, you need to contact me, either call me or email me and send me your mailing address, and I will mail you the card, okay? Oh, the actual gal's going to do it. She does all that stuff. I don't write very well. And the winner is going to be Sarah Taylor from Parker. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down. And today we're in May. I just put May. All right, here we go, Sarah. So you email me or send me your address, okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about, I got some good comments. I appreciate the feedback we'll get on Dan and Raffield's video. We took you down there to right there at Highland View by the bridge, the Rathfield place. And I wanted to just talk on it real briefly. Danny just has that love and preservation of his family history. But for those of you, again, who are from out of town and don't know the basic background, a lot of the folks settled in the late 1800s where Tyndall Air Force Base is now. And there were communities there. There was a community of Cromanton, which is right there as you go across the bridge into Tyndall. Cromanton was a thriving community, big hotel and everything, big wooden hotel, 2-story. It was a thriving community. Mr. Bobby Ecker and his family lived there some. So I've got all those stories. It really was some wonderful stories I got firsthand. And Mr. Spicer, the Spicer family had some good land. The Auburn, he mentioned Auburn, and when I first got into this research, when I read Auburn in the paper, I was thinking about Auburn, Alabama, Auburn University. But the community, about right there, about the end of the airstrip, about the middle part, the Rathfield family settled in Auburn. So that's what Danny Rathfield was talking about, was the Auburn area. It was not Auburn, Alabama. And so when the war broke out, and they gave him 30 days, and the MP came out and they just forced him off the land. It made a lot of people upset. Hawk Massolina, he just had tears in his eyes, they said, when he had to leave Redfish Point. His whole family community, all the African-American community was right there, and they all had to leave. Mr. Spicer, to his dying day, he had a resentment against the military police because they came and forced him out. His wife was like 7 months pregnant, and those MPs went full speed on a Jeep. He talked about, he described it in detail, how they went bouncing on the sand dunes and all. His wife was holding, and he was, he resented that till he passed away. Mr. Spicer did. So there were some ugly times in there, but there were some good times too. But and the government did not pay them much money for that property. That's another. I was going to do some research and do some stories on that, but the actual courthouse for the records was up in Jackson County. That courthouse had all those records. It mysteriously burned in 1948 after the war. So that's something I always wanted to get into. I didn't mean to get off on that history, but I know so many of y'all like that, and I did too. So we got to wrap it up. Got tomorrow, floundering. The floundering trip we took last week, it was a fun trip. Jeff and I had a great time, and we're going to show this video. It's a really good video. We're going to show it tomorrow, then we'll be back Friday for the famous Friday fishing forecast. So y'all have a great day, enjoy the outdoors, and do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.